Reorganization meeting of January 4th, 2022. I'm glad to see that for once everybody listened to me when I told them not to come to the meetings, because this is the smallest reorg meeting we've had in a very long time. But they took me up on my offer to stay home and watch it from the comfort and safety of their homes. So I'm glad they're home and comfortable. Rosanna, on a roll call.
Tom Divany.
Here.
Councilman Paul Valentine.
Here.
Councilman Jerry Vittori.
Here.
Councilman Brian Donahue. Here. Supervisor Teresa Kenny.
Here. We're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance of the flag. And we'll start off 2022 with, let me see, Paul Valentine starting the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so in lieu of having a real singer here, we have, taped a Kira Carl. She's a junior at Provo High School. Was nice enough to sing the Star-Spangled Banner, and we're going to play it.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Okay. So we're going to start off with some swearing-ins here. We have the Honorable Patrick J. Loftus is going to administer the oath of office to Rosanna Sfrega, our town clerk. Wait.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of town clerk for the town of Orangetown. For the town of Orangetown. According to the best of my ability.
Rosanna, don't sit down. You have a few. Joe. Hey, Joe, don't sit down. I need someone to hold the Bible for me.
Need something to do.
Teresa M. Penny, do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of supervisor of the town of Orangetown
the duties of supervisor of the town of Orangetown
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Next is Tom Divin.
I, Thomas Tiffany,
I, Thomas Divany,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Orangetown Town Council
the duties of Orangetown Town Council
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Brian, you're up next.
I, Brian Donahue, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Orangetown Town Council according to the best of my ability.
Judge, you're up.
Have my son Patrick hold his Bible.
I, Richard Finney,
I, Richard Fenn,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the State of New York,
that I will
the Constitution of the United States,
I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Orangetown Town Justice
the duties of Orangetown Town Justice
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Yeah, Cheryl's going to do for Jim. He brings his own special.
Actually, I appreciate this. This is my daughter Cheryl. My daughter Michelle. Helping us get through this.
I, James J. Dean, do solemnly swear
I, James J. Dean, do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the
the
Constitution of the United States
Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of Superintendent of Highways
of Superintendent of Highways for the town of Orangetown, according to the best of my ability.
Jim, how many times does that make? Number 13, okay.
Not enough fingers and toes.
I'm up. So welcome everyone to the Town Reorganization meeting of 2022, and for taking the time to listen to my remarks about the state of Orangetown. On January 1st, I started my second term as your town supervisor, and unfortunately, we are still dealing with the effects of a global pandemic. I am disappointed that tonight we cannot have the fanfare that we're customarily have at our reorganization meeting. The presentation of the colors by the Orangetown Police Department, blessings and songs, and something that our newest town board member, Brian Donahue, most certainly deserves. But in light of recent COVID outbreak, we opted to keep it small. But I look forward to celebrating with Brian and all of our other elected officials at a later time, a time when we don't need to wear masks or worry about social distancing, even if it ends up being on the yard of Town Hall. With that said, I want to offer my congratulations to all of our elected officials, and I look forward to working with Brian as the newest member of our town board. Although it seems like my first term was completely occupied with crisis after crisis, starting with the declaration of a state of emergency for COVID and ending with a FEMA Disaster Recovery Center right here in Orangetown due to Hurricane Ida, we still managed to get many things done. Most important, we started our comprehensive plan, and it is well underway. This is so very important for the town, more now than ever, and I am thrilled by the participation of so many residents. We will continue to work diligently on it with our planners and welcome all of you to join us as we work toward having it completed by the end of 2022. We opened the first food scrap recycling program. I know it doesn't sound exciting to most people, but I am proud that Orangetown is the first town in the county to offer a food scrap recycling program to its residents. The program was brought to my attention by two very enthusiastic members of the Orangetown Environmental Committee, Vicki Schwade and Marcy Denker, and I was instantly interested. I won't use time tonight to preach the benefits of it, but urge all of you to check out the town website and to learn about it and the advantages of participating in the program. The town earned the designation as a clean energy community by NYSERDA, bringing with it a $5,000 grant for completing certain actions this year. Notably, Jane Slavin, the director of our building department, was trained in energy code enforcement. My personal favorite, however, is we opened our first dog park. The first dog park in Orangetown was opened at Veterans Memorial Park, and it is a huge success. In times of COVID, when people can be outside without masks and have the opportunity to meet with other residents like them who love their dogs, it seems as if it was just what we needed at the time. And I know it's a big success because the town clerk has had a run on the issuance of dog licenses, and the dog park has its very own Facebook page. So thanks to Eric Gordon, the Superintendent of Parks and Recreation, for overseeing the project, and to resident Rob Chipperino for doing such a fantastic job on the dog park. We developed a successful relationship with the Hudson Valley Humane Society, saving taxpayers over $35,000 from their previous agreement and allowing the town to offer a discounted cat spay and neuter program where the town picks up a portion of the cost for the procedure for its residents and on a limited basis to completely cover the cost of the procedure for community cats. Thanks to Rosanna Sfraga, our town clerk, for being so willing to work with us on the voucher for this program. We got the Middletown Road project in Pearl River underway. This project has been in the works for many, many years, but was delayed due to cost and other issues. But it is finally on schedule to be completed by the end of the year. No pressure, Jim Dean, but sidewalks, turn lanes, and dividers are being added, all in an effort to make Middletown Road safer for pedestrians. While it is a temporary inconvenience, it is a much-needed improvement to Pearl River. And thanks to Jim Dean for never giving up on this project. Just 3 days ago, we took over policing and DPW services from the Village of South Nyack, with all the village employees from those departments being offered employment at the town. Thanks to the South Nyack Board, the Town Board, and the Village and Town Department heads, all who have been working diligently over the last year, and many who have been meeting after meeting over the last few weeks, all with the goal to making the takeover of services and ultimate dissolution of the village as seamless as possible. With special thanks to Town Attorney Rob Magrino and Village Attorney Jim Birnbaum, who both have been working very hard to make sure that all the final pieces come together. This town board worked together and made hard decisions to keep the budget under the tax cap, even after having to add in 9 months of village expenses that could not be included for purposes of calculating the tax cap. Thanks to Jeff Benchik in the Finance Department, as well as Brian Kenny and Karen Serafin from the Assessor's Office, for their work figuring out how to bill, tax, and take over a village in the middle of a town tax year. Finally, I did get to squeeze in some fun events. I got to throw out the first pitch at Boulder Stadium. I threw a strike, just saying. Started meeting with our senior clubs, attended several ribbon-cutting ceremonies for new businesses in town, attended the first official Orangetown pickleball competition, and celebrated the street naming dedications for Dr. Francis Pratt Drive and Reverend Dr. Louis Sanders Way, just to name a few. But 2021 is over, and like last year, I'm looking forward to 2022 with hope and optimism for better days. And here are a few highlights for 2022. The all-inclusive playground at Veterans Park will become a reality this year, although a year later than we had hoped. It is scheduled to break ground in the spring, and I want to once again thank Allison Carden from my staff and volunteer mom, Lauren Demetrovitz, for making sure the replacement playground will be the best around and fun for Orangetown children of all abilities. And thanks to grants from Assemblyman Mike Lawler and Senator Elijah Reichlin Melnick, the town is in the planning stages of a splash pad not far from the new playground. As the only town in the county with no pool, this will be a great way to offer our residents a way to cool down on hot summer days. My office is working to make a walking path along the water at Lot 1 of the RPC property a reality. We are working on grants for the engineering of the path, and while it's still too early to promise, the goal is to see construction start sometime in 2023. In less than 3 months, we will be welcoming the residents from the village of South Nyack as residents to the newest hamlet in Orangetown. However, even with all the hard work, there will no doubt be bumps along the way. I simply ask for anyone with a problem to contact the appropriate town department and if they have any questions. Sadly, there are some individuals that were against the dissolution that seem intent on seeing the transition fail. We must all rise above this and do what we can to make it a success. As I said when I was running for town supervisor, long before there was any talk of a dissolution, we are one town. We are stronger and better when we act together for the betterment of all of Orangetown. But everything that has been accomplished this year could not have been done without the help and support from others, most notably the town board and the town department heads, as well as our town employees who work every day to keep your local government running efficiently. But I want to specifically acknowledge 2 women from my staff, Allison Carden and Carmel Riley, who work tirelessly every day to make Orangetown a better place for its residents and make my job just that little bit easier. These women worked on weekends, holidays, and after hours to organize and work the Hunger 5K Hero Run, which raised thousands of dollars for local food pantries, to plan and work together with the Orangetown PBA on an absolutely stunning, best in the county 9/11 ceremony at Town Hall, to distribute boxed lunches on Veterans Day and Thanksgiving Day meals on Saturday before Thanksgiving to our veterans as a way to thank them for their service to our country. But this is just a small sampling of what these ladies do, day in and day out, to better the lives of Orangetown residents. So thank you to both of you, and I look forward to working with you for another 2 years, as well as Jeff Benchik, my finance director, and Dennis Troy as my deputy town supervisor. I will close with thanking all of you for placing your trust in me to be your town supervisor for another 2 years. I am honored by your trust and want you to know that is not something that I take lightly. While my first term was challenging, I am proud of how we as a town persevered. It has been an honor to serve you, and I look forward to a much better, productive, and healthier 2022. Thank you. Okay. So I think I've mentioned most of my appointments, but we'll mention it again. Jeff Benchik, Finance Director, Allison Carden, Confidential Assistant to the Supervisor, Dennis Troy, Deputy Supervisor, Mary Cardenas, who is here, our Town Historian, and Carmel Riley, Director of Economic Development and Tourism. And on that note, I will open it up to any of my board members who would like to make any comments. Brian, you'll have to raise your hand because I can't see you.
All right, I'll just start off by just thanking my wife Joy and my son Finn and my daughter Addison for coming out tonight and supporting me this past election cycle. I'd like to congratulate Teresa, Brian, Jim, Rich, and Rosanna for, succeeding in this year's election. And we got a lot to work on. H&A property needs to be redeveloped. The consolidation of South Nyack and the RPC property are the things that come to mind right now. Staying under the cap, dealing with the pandemic. And I think with this board, we'll be successful on dealing with all those items. And again, congratulations to everyone on the board who got reelected. And that's about it for me.
So I just want to thank everyone in the room, my family. Specifically, I want to thank the town board, Teresa, for having confidence in me, getting me over the finish line. I want to thank the town of Orangetown, clearly. And one thing I'm very comfortable with now is that Dennis is not leaving us. He's staying here, and I'm happy he's going to be still, involved in the town. And I'm going to be leaning on Dennis. Everyone's been worried that Dennis is retiring, but he's not. He's not going anywhere. And, I'm going to lean on you, Dennis, for advice, as well as the board. But thank you, everyone, for having the confidence in electing me. Thank you.
It's been an honor and a privilege to work with Dennis Troy and the rest of the town board, and I look forward to adding Brian to the mix. We have had a challenging year this last year. I thought it was handled very, very well by the supervisor's office, and it was my pleasure to work in support with the rest of the town board to make sure things progress the way they should. So thank you to Teresa and her staff for doing such a great job, for the legal department and all of the town department heads and employees. We do live in the best town in Rockland and probably one of the best towns in the United States. So thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Again, I'd like to thank everybody here who's come out. Those of you at home, it's been a tough year, and it looks like this one is not starting any better. Hang in there. I think everything's going to work out. Congratulations to all those elected. It was a pleasure working with the board last year, and I'm looking forward to continuing it. Having Dennis here is going to certainly help. It never hurts. And as I'll quote Dennis, this is the best town in the county, and it definitely is. The whole town, whether it be South Nyack dissolving and coming in, or the village of Nyack and Piermont. So together we're better than apart, and we look forward to working with everybody in the town, on the town board. Congratulations to everyone. A healthy year. Thank you.
Okay, so we don't really have no public portion. I just want to make a quick announcement. We were just told the planning board is going to be going remote for their next meeting, so anybody who has any business before the town should check the town website or give a call to the clerk to make sure, check the latest on any meetings, on whether they're going virtual or not. Okay, so we can just go on to the agenda items. The first agenda item is official undertaking for elected and appointed officials. May require faithful duties, okay, and paying over, I guess, do I get a motion for this one?
Moved.
Oh, Jim, I'm sorry, you want to say something? I'm sorry.
I think the others elected.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to say thank you. Please. Okay, you start.
TV picks it up.
Thank you, Rich. I will start. I won't take long, but I do feel very honored to be elected to the position of Highway Superintendent in Orangetown. As mentioned, Teresa asked, this is the 13th time. 24 years ago when I started here, I had my wife, my 3 daughters and their husbands, and 9 of my 13 grandchildren here. So what a tremendous change we've seen. But basically, I just want to say thank you to the people, the voters in Orangetown that have given me their confidence and elected me again to this term, to a job that I really love. This is also my 64th year as a member of the Orangetown Highway Department, and without a doubt, it is the best in New York State and probably one of the best in the United States, and we have many regional and national awards to support that. And that happens because we have a town board that I want to thank for their support. They've always been there when we've come to them to ask for support, for equipment, for personnel. And I think that's one of the reasons Orangetown is considered such a good place to live. People are going to get service, they know it, they depend on it, and the town board is there helping us as departments provide it. I need to thank my family for supporting me in this. My wife Dottie, who can't be here today because she's recuperating, I know is watching this on YouTube, so there was no way I was not going to get up and say something. And a lot of my family around the country is watching because we have that ability to do that now. And I need to thank them. My daughter Cheryl performed the oath. My daughter Michelle, who held the Bible for me. Her son was going to come, but unfortunately, he's not feeling well. So we're all facing this. My oldest grandson, when we first started this, was, I think, 16 years old when we did this, and now he's 40 years old and has 3 kids. So we've seen a lot happen in Orangetown, and I'm really happy to be part of this. And the person who has been most supportive of me, of course, is my wife, Dorothy. We've been married for 61 years. What that means to me in the highway department is 61 winters. So there's many times when she, like a lot of the wives or partners of the people that work in the highway department, don't see their family for Christmas. The first 10 years I worked here, I think we had 5 or 6 Christmases the day after or 2 days after. It's lightened up a little bit, but there are still times when our people are out working in storms and bad weather conditions, and I want to thank them for their efforts because I know that's one of the reasons I've been reelected so many times. So again, thank you for giving me the time to say this. I feel it from the bottom of my heart. Orangetown is a great place to work and a great place to live. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
I'm not as confident as Jim is that my wife is watching this. As a matter of fact, if The Bachelor is on tonight, her and my daughter are not watching this. But I would like to thank the people of the town for giving me a 4th term, and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Brevity, yeah.
I'll make it short and sweet. Thank you, all the residents of Orangetown, for electing me on my 2nd term as town clerk. I appreciate all the help and support that I've received from all the departments in making our town run smoother and more efficient. My staff, I'd like to give a big thank you for being there through all our many endeavors, all new. Thanks to our wonderful supervisor that is reinventing the wheel, bringing on these new programs, which I think is really making our residents happy. So again, I'd like to wish everybody a happy and healthy New Year, and be safe. If you need masks, please stop by my office Monday through Friday. Thank you.
Sure. Okay, we're going to take a 2-minute break. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, 2-minute break so the people who are falling asleep in the audience can leave right now.
What about the ones falling asleep at home?
Well,
Okay,
they
we'll
put
take
the
a
bats
2-minute
on.
break, just so.
good news.
What's that?
Oh, wait. I know, that's all we need. And I thought about it, but I thought we were gonna get through.
We went up to.
Is there any snow?
Yeah, there was snow. There's no.
Yeah. I was there on Sunday. I was there on.
Hang 5 TVs on Saturday.
Okay,
Without the TVs, you can't rent that.
let's get going here. Okay, number one, did I get someone to make a motion?
Moved.
Tom Diviny moved, second. Paul Valentine, all in favor? Aye. Okay, 2022 appoint marriage officers, basically all of us, and Rosanna Srega. Can I get a motion? Jerry Batari, second. Brian Donahue, all in favor? Aye. Name the official newspaper for 2022 as the Journal News and the Rockland County Times for additional notices as the board may determine. Motion? Jerry Batari, second.
Second.
Tom Divany, all in favor? 2022 banking depositories as listed there, JP Morgan Chase, Key Bank, TD Bank, Sterling National, Connect One. Were you hitting every bank in the county there? What are you doing?
Looks that way.
Okay. Oh, so you have flexibility. Okay, okay. Tom Divany move, second. Paul Valentine, all in favor? Aye. 2020 Town Clerk for collection of taxing and banking depositories. Holy good Lord. Okay, so we have JP Morgan Chase and Sterling National. Motion? Jerry Batari, second. Brian Donahue, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 6, appoint Register of Vital Statistics for Rosanna Srega from January 1 through December 31st. Motion?
I'll make a motion.
Paul Valentine, second. Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Records Managed Officer Rosanna Srega as the Town Clerk as the Records Management Officer. Motion? Brian Donahue, second. Jerry Batari, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Records Access Officer for each department head for their departments. Motion?
Moves.
Jerry Batari, second.
Second.
Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint Teresa Setapew and Rima Del Vecchio as Deputy Registrars of Vital Statistics. Motion? Paul Valentine, second.
Second.
Tom Divany, all in favor?
Aye.
Reappoint First Deputy Town Clerk for the Collector 2022, Joseph Thomason. We're just really recognizing it, so not like we're moving it, but anyway, so. So Jerry moved, Paul seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Indemnification of public officers, employees. Okay, basically applying indemnification for employees, okay, so, motion?
Moved.
Tom Divany, second. Paul Valentine, all in favor?
Aye.
Authorize the town attorney to institute and defend legal actions for the year 2022. Motion?
Move.
Jerry Batari, second. Brian Donahue, all in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Robert Magrino, town attorney, effective January 1 through December 31st, 2022. Isn't it a 2-year appointment, Rob? It should be 23.
Roll call.
Right, it's a 2-year appointment, right?
Roll call.
Okay, so it's through 2023, it's a 2-year appointment. Motion? Jerry Batari, second.
Second.
Tom Diviny, all in favor?
Aye.
Adopt the Town of Orangetown procurement policy for the year 2022. Motion?
Moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adopt the Town of Orangetown travel and conference policy for the year of 2022.
Was it that there is none?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we
I'll
we
move
have to approve it all the time anyway.
All right,
so.
I'll move it.
Tom Diviny, I mean, I don't think we did any traveling last year, so. Second?
Yes.
Jerry Batari, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so this is one of the non-normal ones, except the fund overage for, this has to do with our splash pad, the grant, this is from Mike Lawler's grant, right? Yep. So we basically have to say that we would cover any overage not to exceed $20,000 if the project goes over. So, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Paul Valentine, second?
Yep.
Jerry Batari, all in favor?
And this grant has no strings attached?
No strings attached.
All right.
This is the SAM grant, this is,
Okay.
it's the good one, it's the good one.
This is a good grant.
It's the good one. It's the good one. When I learned about SAM grants when I got in, I was like, they're the good ones. Appoint Nelson Zamora, grounds worker in the Parks and Rec. So this is one of the South Nyack employees that's coming over. So again, starting January 5th. Okay, motion? Jerry Batari, second.
Second.
Tom Diviny, all in favor? Aye. Okay, on the audit.
Okay, the audit for tonight's board meeting consists of 2 warrants for a total of $1.9 million. The first warrant had 3 vouchers for $25,000 and was for the NIPA streetlight project and also some senior club funding. Second warrant had 162 vouchers for $1.9 million. Items of interest, number 1, AKRF, $19,000 for the comprehensive plan study. Number 7, CSEA Employee Benefit Fund, $32,000 for dental benefits. Number 9, Gabrielli Truck Sales, $636,000 for highway equipment, that's bonded money. Number 13, Hudson Valley Engineering, $76,000 for the North Middletown Road project. Number 17, Department of Civil Service, $798,000 for healthcare benefits. And number 21, Tilcon, $43,000 for highway materials. Any questions on the audit?
Okay, do I get a motion to accept the audit?
I'll make a motion to accept the audit.
Paul Valentine, second.
Second.
Tom Diviny, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I do not believe we're having any executive session. So unless somebody's got anything? No? No? Good. You want executive session?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so then we do have 2 adjournments. We have Herman Rosen, a resident of Orangeburg and a World War II veteran, and Michael Resident, a resident of Pearl River. So can I get a motion to close in memory of these individuals?
Moved.
Tom Diviny, second. Jerry Batari, all in favor? Aye. Make it home to see my show.